That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. Big game today. Big game today. Big day for basketball. You see, I got a Swish join on today. Shout out to Swish University, all my people over there. Huge game to start off, and to kick it all off, we started off in Columbia, South Carolina today with South Carolina versus UCONN. Let me pull up this box score. Give me a second here. There we go. All right, hold on. Read these other pages. All right, cool. So as you see, it was the Azzi Fudd game, 28 points. Huge game for Azzi, huge game for UConn mentally. If you know anything about this current era of UConn basketball with 3 number ones, Sarah Strong, Paige Bueckers, Azzi Fudd, the knock on them has always been the big game in addition to injuries. Sarah's kind of always showed up in big games, as you see today, once again, double, 16 and 13. But Azzi Fudd did not back down, was healthy, and took over. Foot on the gas, they're up by 20 points in the second half. She's still running, heavy, full speed going, cutting to the basket, everything like that. Shooting threes, pump fake, sidestep, pull up. She was killing them tonight. And the difference was, as my cousin pointed out earlier, was the size that UConn had down low with Alfy, with Sarah Strong, those bigs that they had down there versus, South Carolina. We already knew their front court was a bit thin. This season, we spoke to Terrell about that earlier in the year, about what was it about the UCLA game that was such a blowout. And I think that's the exact same difference that you see today. Just a lack of depth, lack of kind of size, any type of competitiveness down there on the front court for South Carolina, and the Gamecocks down there below. UConn kept getting offensive rebounds, kept getting second chance opportunities, kicking it out, swinging the ball around, more scores. UConn was relentless on the boards. If I could see the team stats here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, UConn out-rebounded South Carolina by 15 today. 15, double their amount of offensive rebounds, and beat them out on the defensive boards as well by 7. I think these are the biggest kind of differences that you saw in the game today. Plus, Azzi had it going, and she didn't let up. A lot of times you see UConn, they might get out to these big leads, whatever. They might get a little bored, and the game gets close, especially against a team like South Carolina. That did not happen today. They kept the foot on the gas, went all the way to triple zeros. You see Aubrey Griffin, she's coming back and stuff like that the past couple of weeks. She gave some quality minutes for UConn as well today. Ashlynn Shade, almost 10 points today. Paige, you see here, double, 12, 10, 7, almost had a triple-double. Man, she set the pace for UConn today. We're not playing with them. I don't know if Paige has even beat South Carolina in the regular season in her UConn career, because I know that UConn has lost 4 straight against South Carolina. But today, she put the pedal to the metal and kept it on there, set the pace for UConn. And that's the reason why they got out to a big lead at the beginning and kept it that way. And Azzi Fudd, these two right here, they've been getting that. Do they have the instinct? Do they have the killer thing? Do they have the big games? They shrink when the lights come on. They shut that down today for sure. And, the season of parity continues because everybody beating up on everybody. UConn lost to USC, and it looked like Paige shrunk, and Azzi was nowhere to be found in that situation. She was battling injuries, and it was Sarah Strong, the freshman, the one that was showing up. Now you're like, oh, man, does UConn have the killer instinct? Do the players have the killer instinct? And then they come against South Carolina, and they say, yes, we are who you thought we were, and things of that sort. You look at this game for Azzi and her draft stock. Does this raise Azzi's draft stock? This was a big concern of hers. Is she going to step up when needed and everything like that? And she did exactly that. So big game right there. You see Fulwiley on the South Carolina side of things. She came off the bench in the second half, really tried to get them going. Had a big block on. I think it was Alfie she had the block on in the third quarter, and then came down, hit a little stutter step, a little Marbury move, and got to the line, free throw line. Really got the crowd going and stuff like that. But too little, too late for South Carolina. Bree Hall did what she could. She was just outmatched. Bree Hall was just outmatched by Azzi Fudd. Pow, quiet. Raven Johnson, scoreless. And I know Raven, she affects the game in so many other ways. She made a couple good passes, hot potato kept the thing going. But today just wasn't enough. You're probably going to need more from Raven Johnson as you go into the postseason. I think this was a great game for South Carolina to really see once again what they could focus on and what they could look at to improve on, coming into the next couple of weeks into the postseason here. Chloe Kitts, you see 6-5, Feagin, 4-4. You need more from Feagin. Excuse me, I said Feagin again. You need more from Feagin. Joyce Edwards, I don't know how many minutes she got, but 17-5. When you look at the top two freshmen in the country, Sarah Strong and Joyce Edwards, they both did what they had to do. 16-13 from Sarah Strong, and then 17-5 from Joyce Edwards. The freshman came to play today. I don't know about everybody else, but the freshman came to play today. Tessa Johnson, 0. You need more from Tessa if you're going to compete against a team like a UConn, if you're going to compete against a team like a USC, even LSU. I know LSU won, and even Texas now, because this is a completely different Texas team that we saw that lost a couple weeks ago at South Carolina themselves. So, like I said, everybody's beating up on each other. Today continues with that theme of parity in the season, and it'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out. But UConn made a statement today that they are here. They are legit. Everything that you thought about Paige Bueckers, everything that you thought about Azzi Fudd and Sarah Strong, continued to do what she did. But Chen as well made a couple of big plays there for UConn. And Alfie's a solid big. It's not many bigs her size around the nation, period, that can even compete with her. Of course, she's a bit clumsy sometimes, loses the ball, not expecting the ball. Hopefully that tightens up. Maybe she just is who she is, but teams, period, can't really compete with that other than, you think of the UCLA and some of the other teams with elite bigs, but it's not many. It's only a handful around the nation that can really compete with the center like Alfie. And I know UConn fans will probably hate to hear that because they give Alfie a difficult time. But yeah, let me see what else. Who else do I want to talk about? Oh, Paige Bueckers, I have to shout her out for she set history today. That's the third UConn player in program history to record 2,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 500 assists. That's big. The other two are Diana Taurasi and Maya Moore, two of the all-time greats in the game of basketball and, of course, in UConn history as well. Up next, as you guys can probably hear or see or know yourselves, we got LSU Texas. Very interested to see how that goes. Fly J's playing with a sleeve on her calf. So that'll be interesting to see. I got Joel calling me right now. Joel, I'm gonna call you back after I go live. But Fly J's got the sleeve on her leg right now, and she was a game time decision, but she's gonna give it a go. We'll see how effective she is. And Texas is kind of at an all-time high right now in the season, so we'll see what Texas does in this matchup. But it's a day full of basketball. Hope you guys are all enjoying it. Once again, my name is Rashad Milligan. Just a quick little live. And until next time, as always, please take care of yourselves. Peace out.
That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.